Hey gamers, what's going on? It is me and Caitlin back again today because about a year ago I mentioned that we might make a font ranking video. And then a couple weeks ago, someone commented on that video and said they would love to see it. So this is exclusively for you. Just because you asked for the font video, we are doing the font ranking video. So, Caitlin? Caitlin has not yet seen the document. I've prepared. You guys are going to see the document on screen. So I'm excited to show this to Caitlin. I think she's going to find this quite funny. So what I've done is I've taken all of the default fonts in Google Docs.
Okay.
And I have put them on. And Caitlin, do you know what a pangram is?
No.
A pangram or panagram is a sentence that contains all letters of the English alphabet.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Yes. Now, I invented my own pangram just for you, Caitlin.
Oh, that's so darling.
I know. Just for you. Are you ready?
I am.
I have been hiding this from Caitlin for like a week. I wanted her reaction to be on camera.
I'm so excited.
Hold on. I wanted her reaction to be on camera right now. I'm going to zoom it in for you to 200% so you can read that. And whenever you're ready, Caitlin.
Okay. The questionable expiring milk jug worryingly zoned off varying parts of the fridge constantly. For Amatic SC.
How do you feel about that sentence, Caitlin?
It's very long.
It's very long, right? But do you relate in any way to this sentence?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so, yeah, sorry about it being so long, because I had to figure out how to get all the freaking letters in there, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Okay, but, okay. I want you to try and guess in what order these adjectives and stuff were added. So I'll tell you what I started with, right?
Okay.
I started with the questionable expiring milk jug zoned off parts of the fridge.
Well, you had to add in varying because you needed the V.
So you think varying was the first one I added?
Well, I don't know what else. Oh, expiring? Yeah, I think you might have been like, oh, I need to get out like the difficult letters first, and then the more you did, you're like, shoot. Well, I forgot the easy letter E. I guess I'll do that one after.
Well, E was in there because I started with the questionable milk jug.
That's true. But you would already have G. Oh, but X, you wouldn't have X anywhere else. Okay, so you might have done questionable expiring and then various.
Actually, I lied to you. I started with the expiring milk jug zoned off parts of the fridge.
Okay.
So the added things were constantly, varying, worryingly, and questionable.
Okay. So you probably were like, let's get the hardest one out of the way, let's get the Q.
Okay.
And then you were like, probably let's get out the hard word again, let's get out V. And then you're like, W, worrying. And then C, you're like, shoot, really? Nothing else here has a C?
That's actually exactly what happened.
Yeah.
C was last. I was literally writing out all these sentences and I was like, I'm strangely missing one letter of the alphabet. I'm never putting my finger over C. So, yep, constantly was the last one.
Yep.
The first one was questionable because I was like, I need a Q.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh shoot, V is nowhere to be found. V, varying, yep.
What can I say, dude? I know my friend.
She does, yeah. And then worryingly, when did worryingly come along? No, worryingly was the last one.
Oh.
Worryingly was the last one.
Dang.
I was like, that's why it's so weirdly in the sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're just gonna go down the list now. They are in alphabetic order as they are in the Google Docs.
Yeah.
Just default. So the first one is Amatic SC, and I've been thinking about this font ever since I started this document. I hate this font.
It is vile. You know, the only time you ever see it is when you're using it as a lesser, like a sub font. But if that's gonna be your sub font, I don't want it.
I don't want it ever because it's so thin that you can't even see it, dude.
It's
When I'm
thin.
at 100%, I can't see it.
It's thin. All of the letters are too close together. You don't have any variance in like the height of anything.
Oh,
it's
and you can't.
impossible
Yeah,
to
they're
read.
always all capital.
Yep.
There's
They're
no
always
lowercase.
capital. Yep.
Hate this font. I'm gonna give it
F tier.
I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10. I'm doing out of 10.
Oh, you're doing
you
out of
know how
10?
to do out of 10?
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10? 0 out of 10. I agree. Okay, Arial. She's basic. She's such
so
a basic font, and I hate her. And that's crazy because my other favorite font is
Times New Roman, isn't it? Yeah.
and it's very basic, but just looking at Arial upsets me. It feels like some things are too short and other things are too long.
I'm actually okay with the size length. Oh, goodness gracious. My issue is whenever you're using a document with Arial, sometimes the words will stick too much, so like it's the actual width of them that's kind of getting me. But overall, it's not the most offensive. I definitely think that as the default, that's a real big claim to make that you're worthy of being default. But like I guess there are worse options.
No, but really look at how short that Q is.
Oh, it's a short Q.
It's so short.
I'm not denying that it's
and
short.
The G, it's really short. It's so close together. I don't hate it, okay? Like, seeing Arial will not ruin my day, but I just don't like her very much, and for that reason, I'm out. 3 out of 10.
I will go a little bit higher. Flat 5 out of 10.
Okay. ASAP.
Okay, you know what? I take it back. Arial bumps down to 4. ASAP is 5.
Yeah, ASAP is the better Arial in my opinion.
ASAP should be what Arial could never.
Exactly. I feel like, again, still a little short on the Q.
Mm-hmm.
Still a little short on that Q. But I think it does a lot of other stuff better. The Y I like a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a lot softer. The G's a lot more stylized. All of it's a lot more stylized.
Yeah.
But it still has all of those kind of key components. Okay, cool.
Assistant.
Assistant is just unbolded ASAP. So
I would agree with that.
It's like slightly, it's the in-between point between ASAP and Arial.
I agree. I'm going to give both of them a 4 out of 10.
Okay. ASAP gets a 5, and Assistant gets like 4.5.
Okay. Babus new.
No, I mean, listen. Again, you don't see it being used often, and I could see that when it can be used, it can be nice. However, it has a lot of issues that the other font, Amiatic, had, which is all of it's the same size. It's forever in caps lock. It's just bold now. So 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on those points there. I'm gonna go with a 1 out of 10. Mm-hmm. I like it more than Amatic because you can at least see it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it can be seen.
Agreed.
But it's just, if your font does not have the ability to have lowercase letters, why?
Yeah.
If we wanted something capitalized, we would capitalize it. We have that ability.
Yeah.
Now, Cambria and I have become really good friends over the past year because all of my, all my lab reports were written in Cambria and Cambria math. So for that reason, I'm a little bit biased on Cambria and Cambria math. They're not very different. You can see like little differences, very subtle differences in them.
Very.
But I like them both. I'm going to give them a 7 out of 10, both of them.
I'm going to go even higher. Both of them are 8 out of 10 for me. I love Cambria, and I loved it for many years. Yeah. It's the Times New Roman if you're looking for something a little more casual.
Dude, I think we are so biased towards Times New Roman.
Yeah, we are. Listen, we are very studious people. We are very scholarly people. And so, go figure. We like the scholarly ones.
We like Times New.
Okay. But also, this is
caveat. Caveat. Okay, I like her. She feels very unique and like a breath of fresh air amongst the other fonts. Now, she has no real practical use for me at the very least because everything I do is an academic paper. I'm never using caveat, right? But looking at her does not upset me. She looks very nice. She's got that little bit of like, fancy but not cursive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So people who don't know how to read cursive, which by the way, I can read cursive. Don't take this as I can't read cursive. But
She can't read cursive.
I exclusively write in cursive.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you can read it. No, I'm kidding.
I can't read my own handwriting. I do have that problem sometimes, but I just feel like Caveat, she's fun,
Yeah.
she's bubbly.
I think that out of all of the handwriting fonts, I don't think that Caveat's like my favorite. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, just do that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's okay, gamers. I don't leave y'all in the dark too long.
Real.
So yeah, your opinions on Caveat?
Yeah, not my favorite, but I can understand why people enjoy her. I just think that there's some better handwriting fonts, but for the way handwriting goes, this isn't that bad. Also, it gets like maybe half a point docked off because it's just naturally smaller than the others, despite it, you know what I mean? It's written very small. So, 5.5.
We are gonna have conflicting opinions on that. She's my 8.
Wow.
She is my 8. Yeah.
That is
I love
wild.
her.
I'm not going to contest it, but...
So, Conforta.
Mm-mm.
So here's the thing. I think your handwriting is very similar to this one.
That is true. However, this was my best friend of a font in, middle school. So I do not like her.
Whoa, what happened? You guys broke up?
Yeah.
What
It's
happened?
just too much. Look at how big the spacing is.
That's what I was saying.
It's
I don't like
way
it.
too much.
It's very big. It's very bubbly.
Very.
I do not like those round shapes. That's not good for my dyslexia, as we discovered this year.
Mm-hmm.
My Q's and my P's and my A's and my B's.
They get screwed over.
They get screwed over. Math 10 was not fun.
Yeah.
PBA? What in the world is PBA? That all looks like one letter. But
3.
3? Yeah, I don't like her. 2.
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
Comic Sans. Listen, this is the most controversial thing, I'm sure. But we have to look past all of the clownage that it's gotten.
That's
All
true. We need to rank it objectively as we would all the other fonts, okay?
That's right.
So I'm not gonna let any of my previous bias about this font come into play right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really gonna look and think.
I personally don't hate it. I think that it's very round, but it's still, it falls over a little bit. I am okay with it.
Okay. My biggest gripe
Mm-hmm.
is why is the Q's tail shorter than the P's tail?
I think it's a pretty good thing. Because then you can tell which one's the Q and which one's the P just from looking at the bottom of the letter.
I guess, but I like it when things are even though it's not the best for me. Just aesthetically, it's just, yeah. I'm just gonna say 5 out of 10. I'm just gonna say 5.
Okay, I'm doing 7.
7?
I'm doing 7.
For Comic Sans?
For Comic Sans.
You honestly, looking at this font, say that's a good font.
I use it often.
She's biased.
We're all biased. That's how this works.
Courier New.
I've also used Courier New a lot. And I'm trying not to let the industry get to me. It's very thin and very large.
I like her more than Amatic.
Oh, absolutely.
For being thin.
Very professional.
Now that spacing between letters though is
is
what's gonna get me, because look at the spacing between these.
It's huge.
But then TION. What is that about?
Yeah. It's wild. It's frankly wild. It's a lot of air there. Personally, 6.
Yeah, she's not too offensive. She's not too creative. She's not too original. She looks kind of okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't look too long, I won't notice the difference in spacing, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll agree. No, I'll go 5.
Okay.
I'll go 5. To be different. Dancing
script.
script. Oh, we had very different tones of voice when we said that.
Listen, the truth of the matter is that I looked immediately underneath it and saw my other middle school best friend Dahlia Squash. Fucking Dahlia Squash.
What did you do with these fonts?
I did a lot of fiction writing that have been lost
in
to
these
time.
fonts.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! No, see,
It was
if you
cringe.
see one of my works, it's in Times New Roman.
Mm-hmm. Dancing Script is, again, not bad. I like it more than I liked Caveat.
Well, this is just my personal bias coming in as a cursive writer.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
It's not bad.
I really like it. I like the way that Z's look in cursive because they're easier for me to distinguish.
Yes, it's very smooth. Yeah.
I think she's really good.
I like her.
That's high.
6 out of 10. That's me.
I was about to say 9.
Do it.
But I don't think I can do that in good faith.
Do it,
I'm going to
8.5.
go with 8.
Okay. 8.
8 out of 10. Now, Delia Swash. You and Delia's have
Me and
history.
me and Delia's got some beef. I just wanted to point everyone's attention to how close the bottom curve of the Y is to the tail of the Y. It's just very compact. But I loved the K. Okay, the K is beautiful, but look at how close the bottom curve of the Y is to the bottom curve of the tail of the Y.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And you like those K's? Mm-mm. I don't like that K.
Oh, well, for me, the font is like a 3.
Yeah, she's not that good. She'd be like a 3 for me, too.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, that K has a lot of potential, but not in here.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Garamond.
E.B. Garamond. So, when I was writing this, I saw E.B. Garamond, and I said, this is just Times New Roman.
It's Times...
E.B. Garamond is
It's not.
a poor man's Times New Roman.
No. So, here's the thing. You go to a party, right? Black tie event. You have Times New Roman walking in. He's looking spiffy, but classic and a little bit boring. You see Cambria off in the corner. Maybe has a fancy little tie or pin on it. Nothing too wild. E.B. Garamond is sitting over at the food table, a little bit shorter than everyone else, and doesn't seem to quite know what to do with itself. It's still there at the party. It's still having a good time. It's looking classy, but it tries to make itself more fancy than it actually is, and it's a bit socially awkward.
Well, here's the crazy thing is, if someone turned into something to me in E.B. Garamond, and I didn't look at any other papers, I would say, oh, this is Times New Roman.
Oh, absolutely.
But if I saw it and then I looked at another paper, I'd be like, huh? Well, you used the rip-off Times New Roman.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. E.B. Garamond is the type of person to agree to something in a conversation and then look it up on their phone about 5 minutes after, just to confirm the fact that they understood the thing that they knew.
Yeah.
And again...
So you're telling me you're E.B. Garamond. And I'm Times New Roman.
E.B. Garamond's a 10 out of 10 for me. Because that's self-love.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I think E.B. Garamond is great. Looking at it, I mean, I have no complaints, but I've seen better, so for that reason, 8.5 out of 10.
I think I might have to agree. 8.5 might actually be my answer. Because it's great. It's again, it makes itself stand out in the crowd, but not in sort of a flashy way. Kind of in a quiet little sad way.
Yeah.
And I like that about it.
Now, Georgia.
Georgia is the serif fonts, or I'm sorry, it's not serif, but Georgia is what Arial is to the Times New Roman family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's a great explanation of it.
Thank you.
I don't think I could have worded it better. Yeah.
7 out of 10, I like it. It's just, this is what, you're the Ariel of the family.
Literally, I'm going to agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. She's not anything special, you know what I mean?
She's not offensive, but...
Yeah, I mean, she got her high school diploma like everyone else.
Yep.
Didn't go to college.
Yeah. And you know, she's thriving on her own. She's doing her own thing, and she is chill about it.
Exactly. She doesn't need a degree. She's chilling.
I hope anyone named Georgia in the comments, please comment below.
Impact.
Listen.
It's Babus New, but they added the fucking lowercase.
It's Babus New, but it's thicker.
That's true. It is thicker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like these thick fonts. If I want something thick, I will bold it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Have you ever tried bolding impact?
No, let's do it.
Now, arguably, this is the original meme font, way before Comic Sans. Yep. Isn't that the grossest shit you ever seen? It makes it almost impossible to read when you bold it. 2 out of 10.
1. You can't even bold this font.
Enter.
Enter, okay.
That, honestly, it's in the Georgia category, it's in the Arial category.
Yeah, she
Flat
gives me
5.
very Ariel vibes. It's like Ariel combined with like, is that Cambria that I'm thinking about? Not Cambria.
No, you're thinking, I think it's Delulius.
No, I'm not thinking Delius. Hold on, I'll go up. It's giving Ariel Comforta.
Oh.
It's giving Ariel Comforta, I'll be honest.
I see what you're saying.
I mean, I'm not offended by it, you know what I mean? Like, it's a mid-font, 4 out of 10. You know, I'm not going to turn around and say no. What about you?
4, yeah. Not bad. It's okay.
Okay, Carla.
I don't know. Another 4, 3.5.
She's a very standard font, you know? Nothing
This could be
offensive.
Arial.
This could be Ariel. If this was Ariel, I'd actually be happier. So for that reason, 5 out of 10.
Okay. 4.5. Lexind is just Carla mixed with Comforta, but bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. 3
4.
out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, 4. Lobster.
Listen, Lobster and I also have a history.
You wrote in lobster?
Only the titles of work, but yes.
God. There's something wrong with this lady.
Oh my gosh, don't even start
So,
with me.
lobster, I don't know. Because I like the cursive fonts, but this is just this is too much.
It's very thick. I like how, my only issue with it is I wish it was a little more, the distribution of weight should be a little nicer. Because there's a lot of weight on these words. And I think this is why I liked Dancing Script a little more, because it has a little more weight.
I also really don't like the way some letters will like jut out, like that L. No, I don't like that. And you see how low this F goes? That's really gonna mess with you if you're doing a single space.
It's true. Yeah, and then I don't know. It's interesting how it's a little teardrop instead of an actual. Like the arch underneath is not very pronounced.
Yeah. Laura is the child of Ariel, and E.B. Garamond.
Yes.
Not Times New Roman.
That's correct. Oh my gosh, yes. 7. Honestly, 7. Maybe 6.5.
See, it's got those mixed kid genes. It's like, I just don't know what to think about you. Which category do I place you in? 6.
6, okay. Now, Meriwether and I have some good times on our hands.
Do you?
I like Meriwether. I don't know how to explain it. I just like the vibe. 7.5.
I'm looking at her. I'm not too opposed. She's just rather big.
Yes.
She's rather big.
She is rather big. But I think that out of the big ones, these are the easiest for me to read.
Yeah, it's very easy to read, though, out of the big ones. I'll agree.
Very semi-casual, kind of pretty easy to read. Not really trying to do much other than what it's marketing here. And it's also, I think now we're starting to hit the holy crap. We're starting to see some more serif fonts, too.
I'm going to meet you there. I'm going to say 7.
Okay.
Montserrat. Very Comforta.
This is what I wish Comforta was.
Yes, I was about to say, it's a little less bubbly because you see on the Q where you can distinguish between the top of the Q and the top of the bubble on the Q. Can't do that on Comforta.
Darn right. But still, that being said, I'm not the big fan of the bubbles. Yeah.
Not great. It's better than Comforta, but not great.
Yep, 5.5.
I'll meet you there, 5.5. Mountains of Christmas. So very, very, what do you call it? Time specific.
Yes.
Very, locked off in one part of the... And you know what? Looking at
Very
it, I think
whimsical.
Christmas. I think Christmas when I see this font.
I do too. I don't know if I like it. Well, I mean, I do. That's a lie. 8.
I like it. Would I have any practical use for it?
No, but that's not the question.
That's true.
The question is just if you like it.
Alright, well, if the question is if I like it, I like it.
Yeah.
9.
Wow.
9 out of 10.
I like the way they nestle into each other.
Right? And it's like cute.
This is what I was talking about earlier with lobster and how there's just more weight on these words. Like the G is a lot more like that little under part.
Right, but this one, it feels like it can have that because you know exactly what to use this for.
Exactly.
This is for like a little Christmas card.
That's right.
A cute little thing for your family.
Fun.
Yeah. So I like her. Nuntino. It feels like it's ripping off Cambria to me.
I don't agree. I think that this is if Montserrat and Ariel had a kid.
Well, actually, okay. I hear that.
Yeah. I never picked this font.
I never have.
I'm so excited for
a reason to keep this font. That's the other thing. Practicality. Why would you use this font? Use Use Montserrat.
Yep. There's so many other better options. It's not
2.
2? That's a little harsh. I'm gonna say like 4.
Because
it's not
why
like
would you ever use her? You're not looking for her. You would just go use one of the other fonts.
It's true, but it's not about utility. It's just about whether it aesthetically looks nice. At least for me, that's how I'm ranking mine. But I think in terms of utility, like a 1. In terms of just objective looking upon the eyes, like a 4. Still not very high. Oswald, let me preach about Oswald to you for a second because Oswald is impact but better.
No, I agree. It's impact but less bold.
It's the better impact.
The sad thing is, if it was just a little less bold,
yes,
I would love her. She comes so close. She's so close.
She's so close. But I still love her. 8 out of 10.
8?
No, you're right. 7.5.
6.
Okay.
6 out of 10.
That's fair. Oxygen. Sorry. Do you want to keep on Oswald?
No. Oxygen?
I also like Oxygen. Oxygen is a part of the Montserrat family. Very open.
Really?
I think it is very open. I also like Oxygen. I use it quite a lot. 6.
I don't have any experience with Oxygen past this. Looking at her, she's not offensive. You know, I'm not going to turn away and say, take this paper back as your professor if you turn something in Oxygen, but she's not doing anything too special for me. I'm going to go 5 out of 10. I'm going to fence it.
That sounds nice.
Pacifico.
No. 1.
Yeah, I might even go with a 0. Because here's the crazy thing. I love these cursive fonts, right? Well, I like cursive. So seeing cursive fonts makes me happy. But looking at this, it's just... I have a lot of questions. You know, it's like...
I have a lot of questions that she will never be able to answer.
1. Yeah.
1.
Playfair.
I like Playfair.
I like Playfair.
Playfair is Times New Roman and Merriweather having a one-night stand.
Yeah. That's a great explanation.
9 out of 10, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Roboto.
You got some words?
I see her a lot. I don't use her.
I don't use her a lot either. I actually want to
I think that this is the Google font, too. If you Google something, it shows up in Roboto.
Yes, you're right. I think you are. Here's the thing. I like Roboto Serif way more than Roboto.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, like, looking at Roboto doesn't repulse me or anything, but she's not the most attractive font. 4 out of 10.
I'm gonna go flat 5.
And then with Serif, Roboto Serif, I might come up to a 7.
Oh, wow. I was gonna say 6.5, but I think I could agree. 7. I'll meet you there.
Satisfy. Now we're back to the cursive fonts that I like.
See, this is Pacifico with a little bit thinner and a little more edge.
Yeah. I don't like how long the capital T is. I will say that.
Yeah.
These F's are kind of long too. But
I think all things considered, I am not mad at it.
I'm not offended.
5.5.
5.5.
Yeah.
5.5 is good.
Oh, Signika, you're here. Okay.
Oh, you didn't expect her to show up to the party.
I, never think about her.
I never do either.
She usually calls at home.
These are the fonts that I just skip right over because I'm on my way to Times New Roman. You know?
Yep. That's so true.
It's like you see the name and then you're just like, it doesn't even register that because you scroll so fast that it's like times.
I'm actually surprised at how many of these fonts I've used before for pages with more than 1,000 words in them.
I'm surprised that you used any of them.
Oh yeah.
No.
Signica, 5. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll fix it. 5.
But I say Scroungy, down points. That looks like it's going to be the font of an 80s movie.
Yeah.
And not in the quirky way.
Yeah, it looks like the font of that 80s show, or that 70s show, you know?
Yeah. What are you saying?
4.
Yes! Okay, 4.
Yeah.
Spectral. I've used Spectral a lot. Spectral is E.B. Garamond.
This is E.B. Garamond's older brother.
Yes. It's 9. Listen,
9.
You know who's coming after this.
9, and we are now approaching our love. Times New Roman. Times New Roman, guys, cannot be beat, okay?
It's beautiful, it's slick, it's nicely weighted, the spacing is fantastic. Don't fuck with us.
I would sacrifice my whole family for Times New Roman.
I've already done it. Girl, I don't even know what ring of hell they're in, but I know that I got my Times New Roman.
And the other thing is that Times New Roman works in any situation.
It's true.
Anything that you need to do, Times New Roman.
You can tell the best joke in the world, but no one will laugh until they see it in Times New Roman.
What happened to my sentence? Why is it just ilk?
I'll tell you this, only once you're the ilkest.
And for your loving, I'ma die hard like Bruce Willis. You got spark, you got spun,
You got the font that all the girls want.
You like Times Roman. You're E.P. Okay. But Times New Roman, I would give up my firstborn son for Times New Roman. I would give up Overwatch for Times New Roman.
Ooh, that's a bold statement.
It is, and it's true. If I was told you can either never play Overwatch again or never write in Times New Roman again.
Goodbye Overwatch.
Bye Overwatch. Times New Roman has always had my back.
Yeah.
On a bad day,
Times New Roman.
10 out of 10, 11 out of 20 out of 10. As
Perfect
many points as we can give Times New Roman is getting.
Yes.
Trebuchet.
MS. Listen, I just want to put this in your mind. Because this is the part of the list where they start looking the exact same to me. I know they're different now that I'm seeing them compared, but like, when I scroll through, they look exactly the same. I think the only difference between Trebuchet and Verdana is that one is more condensed. Like, they're more...
Oh, God.
The widths are very...
Wait, actually? Yeah, Trebuchet and Verdana are super... Okay, Trebuchet's a little bit more pointy on the W.
Oh, you're right. You know what? Okay, now that I'm looking at this, Verdana 3, Trebuchet 5.
Really? You like Trebuchet more than you like Verdana?
Verdana's very even. It's very even.
I like points on, or like these...
Yeah? I'm not gonna argue with you.
I'm trying to figure this out because...
It's something, isn't it?
But looking at her, she just looks darker.
Yeah.
She looks darker.
It's a little more
But
bold.
you know what? The T is shorter, and that makes more sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
The Q is longer.
I just think Trebuchet wins.
I think I'm gonna have to
in the battle
agree.
of the twins. Yeah, they're
Trebuchet does win, yeah.
they're fraternal twins. All right,
And
that's
is
it.
the end of the list. So, as everyone knew, the winner would be Times New Roman.
Yep. I don't. Which one was the absolute worst?
The absolute worst one? That's a good question.
I think
it would have been one of those bold. It was like Babus or it was Impact. It might have been Impact.
Impact.
I think the worst font is Impact. I'll go through and I'll add a thing right here if the worst font we ranked was not Impact.
Yes.
I will add it right there and let you know what the worst font is.
And why don't you let us know in the comments below what your favorite font or what least favorite font is.
And if we missed any fonts that you really like, let us know that as well.
We'll do a part 2.
Part 2 to font ranking?
Part 2 to font ranking.
And we do a lot of writing. We look at fonts all day.
Oh yeah. Hey, if we were very direct with the fonts that we use, would we be very up font?
Well, everyone, thank you so much for your time and watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you do, you should probably like it.
Subscribe to Patreon.
She just wants your money. Okay?
Give it. Give it.
I just want you to enjoy the content that we make. So if you do, like the video and maybe we'll make more. Maybe you won't see us until next year. You know, the crazy thing is, I've had that channel for a year now, and there's like 12 uploads, but that includes every short. So there's like probably 8 videos right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't make a lot of videos, but I'll make more. I'll make more. If you want more, I'll make more. I love you.
Your love, yeah, yeah, your love, yeah, yeah, your love, yeah, yeah.